Oh, good morning, my little fawn. I'm glad to see you stirring before noon. That must mean the healers did their job correctly. Not that I doubted their skills, but they've been out of practice for quite some time. No need to get up. Your injuries will still need time to heal. Most minds can't keep up with the process, so you'll still be a little sore despite the fact that you aren't bleeding or bruised anymore. What was that? Well, yes, I still want to know about what happened to you, but we can discuss that later. I'm in no rush to have you tell me your life story as soon as you wake up. Still, I'm curious as to what led you to risk your life running through the forest. I mean, especially the one here in the southern Faelands. You're not good at hiding your emotions, are you? Well, the look on your face, it's as if I asked you to strip down and prance through a field of bears slathered in honey. Really, is me wanting to know more about the human male I rescued so hard to believe? My little fawn, I can see your hesitation, and I understand your distrust, but please believe me when I tell you this. You aren't in any danger. Not while you're here under my care. No, I will not turn this conversation into an interrogation, I promise. You don't have to tell me anything. It's up to your own personal discretion, but I mean it. I'm here if you wish to talk, or if you just need a friend to listen to your troubles. I might need answers, but my manners and your health, of course, come first. Yes, I called you my little fawn. It seems fitting, no? Well, when I found you out there, scared, beaten, confused, you looked the same as the fawns I see around my lands. Just as fast as one, too. Well, until you took that nasty tumble. I won't let that happen again, you know? Of course, you can tell me anything. Wait. Who was after you? The entire... Why would they all want you dead? Surely you can't mean the entire village. By the eight, you mean to tell me you were able to outrun an entire village of monsters? I will call them that! What fools they must be! To attack an innocent human, and for what? Just for practicing magic? That seems... Are you sure that was the only reason? Could it have been something else that they weren't... No, I'm not trying to accuse you of... I'm sorry. I get impassioned sometimes. No, I'm not angry with you. Why would I be angry at you? I'm angry for you. Let's revisit this discussion at a later time. The only thing louder than the blood rushing in my ears is your stomach. I will go see if the breakfast spread has finished this morning. While I'm gone, feel free to have some of this tea I've set out. The kettle will continue to boil until you've selected what tea you'd like. I enchanted it so you wouldn't feel rushed. And please, feel free to explore the castle. The movement will be very good for you.
Excuse me, you seem to be lost. Is there something I can help you with, sir? Oh, King Lorik, he is just down the hall, second door on the right. Oh, you're most welcome, my dear.
Well, good afternoon, my little fawn. Did you enjoy the manor? This is my castle, of course. Did you think we were staying in some other royal's home? I was wondering when you would ask me about such things. Yes, I am the king of the Southern Hills. Of course I would have my own manor. Have you never met a Fae King before? You've never even met a royal? Well, that explains a lot of your questions. This castle is not just mine to live in. This acts as my base of operations, a meeting spot for figures of my rankings and authority or higher, and as of recently has become a place for healing. Well, I say recently, but for you humans it would be considered lifetimes ago. We used to have a compound where healers would gather and exchange knowledge. It was what you humans would call a hospital, but the size of a village. I know, a terrible analogy. Some terrible things happened to their home. Many died, and only a few of the novices, and an even lesser number of learned healers, survived. Now they stay here on the northwestern side of the estate, the side closer to the ocean. Myself and a few others from the northern point came together, and we built a lavish compound here for them to reside in, and to watch over them so history does not repeat itself. Or, at the very least, it'll be more difficult for someone to bring harm to them while they're under the watch of myself and my staff. Those that perished were buried in the gardens closer to the river. It's a memorial for their sacrifices. If you wish to see it, I'd be more than happy to take you there. Maybe not today, as it seems walking around the castle caused you some minor discomfort. Once you feel better in both body and spirit, I will take you there. We can even make a day of it. It's always lovely this time of year, and the flowers that grow there are free to pick, so we could even gather some flowers for the dining hall. I was thinking that we... Yes? How long can you... My dear, you can stay here as long as you wish. It's very apparent you don't wish to, or perhaps can't, return to your former home. No, it really is fine. You don't have to tell me until you're ready to trust me. I require no excuse, no explanation, no bargaining. My home is yours to stay in for as long as you'd like. When I offer a sanctuary to someone in need, I don't rescind that offer. Mind if I sit next to you on this bench? Thank you. I was like you once, you know. Always on edge, never certain of who was my true ally and who would stab me in the back at a moment's notice. But until I can convince you I am the former and not the latter, I am at peace with the information you've chosen to share with me. Yes, of course you can be excused. Feel free to take your time washing up. Dinner won't be ready for another hour or two. I'll be sure to send someone to ring the bell on the guest door to let you know when the table has been set. Also, so no one enters your room in case you're in a state of undress. Actually, yes, I've set out a few outfits in various colors for you on your bed for you to choose from. If you need any alterations or wish for something more or less formal, feel free to ring the golden bell on your nightstand, and a servant will be with you shortly to help. But and I may be biased because I picked them out myself, I think you will like the options I laid out for you just fine. It's true. Usually I don't dine in such formal attire, but I have a lord from a southern point visiting to discuss some business matters, and I want to give off the air that I'm always well kept and distinguished. Oh, don't be nervous. You won't have to see him for long, if at all. The meeting starts soon, and by the time supper's ready, he'll probably be leaving. No, his kind don't eat like you and I, and he has matters to attend to anyways. He's always in a hurry, it seems. Nice fellow, he keeps to himself. I can't blame him. If my family disrespected me as often as his does, I would be just as shut down. He's a vampire from the southwestern point. Yes, he is one of the Venorian. I don't know how your village regarded their people, but in my opinion, they are far more civilized than any other kingdom gives them credit for. Being made up of such an exuberant amount of undead creatures can lead to a very pensive society. Many of them are incredible philosophers who have vividly detailed opinions on the afterlife and the keeping of our dead. Well, yes and no. He's a king to me, but his official title is prince. It's very complicated, but basically, as you humans would say, his parents were real jerks. They didn't even have the courtesy to live long enough to see him ascend to be the leader they could only have ever dreamed of being. He's a good man, and an even better leader. Anyways, enough of me gushing about my friends. Off you go to your chambers, and I shall be off to mine to get some things together. What is it exactly that's been troubling you so? You seem even paler than usual, and that says a great deal. I don't even know where to begin, Ristal. It's just, I've been having visions again. Awful and terrible ones. I barely remember them when I wake up, but they're always horrible and violent. It's like my mind decided to start predicting only the bad and awful. If I may ask, what is it you've been seeing? Is there another war on the horizon, or... I'm not sure. I don't think a war of that magnitude is anywhere near our time, but something terrible and great is coming. I keep seeing visions of this helpless human in the snow. I see me running into the capital city, dodging bullets like a criminal on the run. I see a handful of breath mints. I've never been able to understand the intricate meanings behind these visions. Why would I be scared holding a handful of breath mints? It's so odd, you know. It is indeed. I'm not sure what to make of these either. I think you should go seek counsel from Aster. Maybe he could... I've already been to see him. By the time I make it to the city and I'm in front of him, my mind goes blank, and it's difficult for me to recall these visions as clearly as they come. And besides, when I do form a coherent sentence in front of him, he tells me not to worry and that everything rights itself in the end. And why does that bother you so, Gideon? Well, when he says it, he has this sadness in his eyes. I'm not even sure if he realizes it or not, but I'm not sure he believes his own advice. I don't mean to speak ill of him. You know I have nothing but respect for his light. As do I. It's okay. I feel like he's hiding something from me. From all of us. I believe someone is waiting for you outside the door. Oh, 1 second. Let me go fetch him. Ah, there you are. Come in. There's no need to wait outside, my dear. The doors were just closed to keep out the draft. Gideon, this is my friend. He's the one I was telling you about that I found chased half ragged out in the woods. Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Ristel tells me many good things about you. Well, no, I think he forgot to mention he had a guest at all. Shit. It would have been nice if he had warned me that we should be expecting company. I would have dressed nicer than these old rags. Gideon, you wear the same suit nearly every day like a cartoon character. Really? Right in front of our guest? I'm just fooling around with you, dear human. Please, sit with us. I understand my sarcasm and humor gets lost in my tone sometimes, but I still enjoy a good jest every now and then. We got so wrapped up in our conversations, I nearly forgot I hadn't eaten dinner. Gideon, would you like to stay? I know you don't eat plain food often, but I made sure a third portion was cooked for you. Well, I don't want to insult your chef's cooking. Of course, I'd be delighted to stay for a spell longer. Well then, let's move from this paper-riddled table and go to the dining room. I'm sure they've finished setting it all up by now. I hope you like pheasant and shepherd's pie. Are you kidding? When I was a teenager, I went almost a year of only making myself shepherd pies for lunch during my studies. I'm practically made of mashed potatoes, even in my undeath. That reminds me, did I ever tell you, well, Little Fawn, you obviously haven't heard this, so I'm going to retell it regardless, of the time I nearly gave myself... Well, that was an excellent dinner, and it was made even better with such wonderful company. Oh, Bristol, stop buttering me up. My cholesterol will be through the roof by the time I make it back home. Of course. Is it 8 p.m. already? I was hoping we'd have more time for a nightcap. I've been building a new addition to the Northern Wings to expand my library, and I think you would just die for... Well, again, of course. Well then, I guess I have an excuse to come visit even sooner now. Although, could I ask you a small favor before I depart? I forgot some documents in my carriage, and they're a bit sensitive. Mind joining me outside so I can give them to you before I depart? Oh, of course. Little Fawn, I'll be right back. I shouldn't be gone too long. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for the excellent night as well. So what are these documents you forgot? There are no papers. I needed to get you alone and at a safe distance to speak with you. What? I'm sorry for lying, Ristel, but I couldn't think of another way. No, it's quite all right. What seems to be troubling you? It's not me. It's him. Who? Your little fawn? This whole night they skirted around personal details. They changed the subject anytime they got too close to revealing their past. I feel something off within them. They are hiding something that brings them great shame. I would have overlooked it if it wasn't for their power. For a human who's still mortal, their energy seems intensely underused. Like they're overflowing with magical capabilities I've only seen exhibited by a human far, far later in their lifespan. Gideon, anyone younger than 50 seems young to you. Well, they haven't even lived half their lifespan. How am I supposed to react when one of them tries to drink alcohol? They're still so young. But, being frank, do you think they're dangerous or something? I'm not sure. I don't believe so, but I wouldn't put it to the side just yet. I just needed to tell you in case they tried anything funny. Just promise me you'll be wary of them and keep your guard up. I will, I promise. I just didn't want something like, to happen again is all. I understand, and it won't. We have an innumerable amount of safeguards around the palace to protect us from another disaster. No one's going to use my kindness against me again. Okay, good. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist all over again. I get nervous. Gideon, you're practically always in a state of gentle panic. I suppose you're right. Now, off you go. Wouldn't want you to miss your beauty rest. All right. I'll send for you next week to discuss the rest of the stuff we talked about tonight before I derailed it with my visions from the future. All right. Good night, Gideon. Good night, Ristel. Oh, Gideon? He's off now. Just some stuff we had to discuss in private before he had to leave. Little Fawn, you do know it's impolite to spy on private conversations, right? Earlier, I heard the floorboards creak when Gideon was telling me about his disturbing visions. He didn't hear till the end, but I didn't want to embarrass him by making a scene of going to the door or correcting him when he thought you had just arrived. It's just, he's been through enough already. And I don't want people eavesdropping on him, opening up after so many years of being borderline mute around even me. It would have hurt him so deeply to know a stranger was listening to something so personal. Why are you crying? Little Fawn, what's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. No, I'm not angry with you. I'm scared of my friend being hurt. Why would I? Little Fawn, slow down. I can barely understand you. You're safe. You're safe, I promise. No, I know you're not crying to avoid taking responsibility. I can tell you didn't mean to eavesdrop, but please, there's no need to be this distraught. A punishment? No. Those are just legends. Hateful people like that of your village would tell the children to keep them from the fairy kind. No one is cutting off your ears for listening. Oh, that wasn't the myth. Oh, just normal death. How uncreative. No, none of that. Come here. What does it look like? I'm holding you tight to let you know you are safe and I am here. And no one's getting their ears cut off or dying. I am not angry at you. I was just frustrated. Just promise me next time you will waltz into a room and join the conversation instead of eavesdropping. Secrets are what led to so many disasters in this kingdom. Thank you. That's all I can ask of you. Shh, it's okay. No one is going to hurt you anymore. What did they do to this poor boy before I found him? Who hurt you? And who am I going to have to hurt back? Feeling better? Why don't you go up to your room and wash up for the night? I'll be up with a nightcap and some dessert. I think we both could use some sweets and a drink. And tomorrow, let's visit the gardens. I thought you'd like that. Sure, I will be up soon.